Welcome to another shave here on the Soap Thing Project. It's been a while since the last time I did a shave video. I took my wife Christina to London for 10 days, and then right after I got back I came down with a really bad case of COVID, and that took me out for another 10 days. But nonetheless, here I am, ready to go, ready to keep making shave videos. In this video, we have the chosen one for the month of April. There's only a couple of chosen 12 videos left, this one and the next one. So let's take a look at what the chosen one is for the month of April. So the theme for April was it had to be a spring wild card. The shaving soap that lost the coin toss for this month was Katie's Bubbles La Terra Verte, and it lost to this, WSP Matterhorn. And the scent on this is inspired by Creed Silver Mountain Water. And I think it fits perfectly into the spring wild card theme we have going here. I'm not going to talk about the price that I paid for this because it's currently unavailable at the time this video is being filmed. But, what the heck, I think it cost me about 22 to 24 bucks. WSP does not make inexpensive soap. They are expensive products, and it's going to be up to you to decide if it's worth picking up at that price for 4 ounces. It is the Formula T shaving soap base, which means it's got tallow, coconut oil, glycerin, shea butter. It's kind of a relatively simple tallow soap base, but that's perfectly fine with me. So the aftershave that I decided to pair with it was Proraso White, just because I think it complements the scent of the WSP Matterhorn pretty well. This is a green tea and oat scent, versus the WSP Matterhorn is green tea and black currant mostly. We'll talk about the scent notes more during the shave. But that's the aftershave. Moving on to the razor. The RazoRock German 37 Slant. Now, funny story about this. I actually bought this just to get the handle. The head, which is chrome-plated zinc, doesn't cost hardly anything above and beyond what the handle would cost, which is 3/16 stainless steel. So I bought it just for the handle, and in fact I almost threw the head away. But at the last minute I decided, it was actually in the garbage. I pulled it back out of the garbage and I was like, you know what, maybe I'm gonna do a few shaves with this before I send it into the ground, so to speak. But here we are, the RazoRock German 37 Slant. This is the exact same head from everything I've read as the Merkur 37 Slant, so if you have one, you're not missing much by not having the other one. The blade is going to be a Gillette Nasset. I can't think of a better blade to try out the German 37 Slant, but a Gillette Nasset, so that's going to be the blade. And the brush is going to be my 22mm Shavemac, and this is a imitation pearl. It's kind of a pearl white. 22mm 2-band Badger on this one. Okay, let's do a shave. Where does the white go when snow melts? Think about that one for a second. Get back to me. Okay. Now, 2 days of growth, maybe a little bit more, on the face today. We got the WSP Matterhorn, such as it is, with a lot more soap than I really needed. It's lathered into the Langley City Shave Bowl with a 3 out of 5 scent strength on the sniff-o-meter. Perfectly average, I think. Oh boy. Let's put it on the face. Then we'll talk about the scent. I don't have very many WSP scents in this collection or in my collection back in the States. And most of them that I do have, admittedly, are limited edition. Ones that either only come around seasonally or we're just, you know, like a couple batches and then done. Like I've got this one, which is out of production. I've got the chai one, the tea scent, which is a out of production soap, and then I've got the cedarwood soap, which is also out of production. So, for whatever that's worth. Okay. RazoRock German 37 Slant with a Gillette NASA in it. Let's give it a try. So far, this is really nice. I'm glad I didn't throw it away. Okay, let's talk about the scent on this. So WSP never did give you a really good breakdown of what the notes are. They kind of describe it as the Swiss Alps with the sparkling streams of water from the spring snowmelt. Now, Creed Silver Mountain Water has notes of bergamot, mandarin orange, green tea, black currant, musk, petitgrain, sandalwood, and galbanum. So how does all this actually smell? Well, it smells kind of how you'd expect it to. It's a very crisp and brisk kind of green tea and black currant heavy, slightly earthy, musky, citrusy, woody kind of affair. It smells like the Swiss Alps while the snow is melting. Is the best way to describe it. The way they describe it is the way it kind of smells. Missed a spot there. Now, when it comes to Creed scent dupes, I tend to like Creed Silver Mountain Water and Creed Himalaya a lot more than Aventus and Green Irish Tweed and things like that. I think Himalaya and Silver Mountain Water, that would be your Sterling Mountain Man and Ramblin' Man, for example, I think those are much more creative scents. They're much more unique scents. Versus Aventus and Green Irish Tweed, I feel like those scents are just trying to be crowd pleasers. They're just trying to smell good, but they don't really have an idea behind them. Versus this one is trying to smell like the Swiss Alps, and Creed Himalaya, well, it's trying to smell like the Himalayas. And both of them are supposed to be inspired by personal experiences that the owner of Creed had in those places. Apparently, he was very fond of the Swiss Alps and the Himalayas, and so he eked out in the late 90s and early 2000s a couple of scents that smelled as close to it as he could come up with, and I think he did a pretty good job. This is a slow down and be careful kind of razor head. I can tell right now that if I'm not being really careful and taking my time with this, it at the very least is going to give me razor burn. So this is not an autopilot razor, not by a long shot. I'm still not feeling great. I had COVID, like I said. I think I must have picked it up while I was at Heathrow Airport coming back to Turkey. And I've had COVID now 3 times. This is by far the worst. It was really bad. It was like the worst kind of cold symptoms and flu symptoms all put together. One of the things about all kinds of slants is that they tend to be a bit more aggressive than your typical safety razors. And that mostly has to do with the simple fact that one side of it is going to have a higher blade gap and a different cap and guard geometry than the other side. I mean, from this side to this side, it's going to be wildly different. And the idea is it's supposed to have this guillotine sort of effect. So instead of the blade coming down straight, it comes down at an angle. And the theory is it's supposed to slice rather than chop, making it a smoother shave that takes out more hair with less trouble. I guess we'll see about that. The only other one I have is, the only other slant I have is the RazoRock Wonder Bar. And that thing you have to be equally as careful with. It's not something for beginners, and it's really not something to play around with. Okay, now trying to touch up frequently missed places, and then we'll be done. I plan on getting caught up on my Instagram and answering YouTube comments and watching some other people's videos, but it's going to take some time to get caught up on all that stuff. More videos to come related to London, though. I'm sure some people are excited to hear about that. Well, don't look like there's any nicks present to me. How did I get lather all the way up there? Interesting. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and have a cold water rinse and then do the aftershave. Hope everybody's doing well, having great shaves with lots of great shaving tools and shaving soap. Got the Proraso White right here. Put a little dab of it on, apply it to the face. The Proraso White, the soap, and the aftershave balm is supposed to be good for people with sensitive skin. That's kind of its goal. That's what it was made for. But I have found that Proraso Red and Blue, both of those do just as good a job, if not better. I tend to like the way Proraso White smells in this case, but I wouldn't think it, at least for my skin, is not uniquely beneficial to sensitive skin above and beyond other Proraso products. That's just my experience. Okay, my final thoughts on WSP Matterhorn. Couple of questions. First off, if I exhausted this to an empty tub, would I buy it again? And with this one, absolutely. It is possible to have too many Silver Mountain water dupes in your collection, but I don't think this is causing me to have that problem, and I just love how it smells. That green tea and black currant combination is an absolutely brilliant scent, and especially in the spring and summer, it is a wonderful, refreshing shave. Now, if I could do the Chosen 12 all over again, and it wasn't a coin toss, and I could pick anything I wanted, would I still pick this one? And I think that question is also yes. I think I could not be gone from my shaving collection downrange with the Air Force for very long without having some kind of a Creed Silver Mountain water dupe within arm's reach. Call me a hypocrite because I've been getting less and less patient with scent dupes, but if it's a unique scent that's being duped, then I am perfectly fine with that. It's the redundancy of everybody duping and cloning all the same crap that drives me crazy. But WSP Matterhorn is good stuff. If it ever comes out again, go ahead and pick it up. You would be well served with that if you can get past the price. Sterling is obviously a much cheaper option. If you want something right now, go get you some Sterling Mountain Man for a lot less money. But the WSP is a good soap, and as you can see, I got a great shave today, so that's all you can ask for. Okay, questions, comments, put them in the comment section of the video. Otherwise, this is Soap Thing telling you, shave like you mean it. Thanks for watching.